You got a
Yeah,
question for
pretty
us?
good.
I do, I do. I'm gonna try and keep it really quick. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so you've covered all the professionalism stuff in
Mm,
journalism and that side of it, but obviously professionalism doesn't equal success, right? So
mm-hmm.
I'd
Agree.
say definitely for you and Stephen, Richard,
Mm-hmm.
um, a degree of drama has been quite key in the success of your careers more recently.
Mm-hmm.
So how would, for example, I'm a kind of low tier journalist, nowhere near you guys, right? How would I uh, try and achieve success without attracting, say, too much drama? Because this recent situation with DreamHack, this recent situation with Destiny and the porn stars and stuff, maybe it's too much drama, you know?
Mm.
So how do you balance that?
Do you want to go first, Stephen? I feel like this show's been all about my shit, dude.
We haven't even talked
I feel
about
like
the so
first of all, like the
hilarious.
term drama, like drama encompasses so many different things. Like I mean that term is like really vague. Like there are some types of drama that aren't necessarily negative, but people will just call it drama. And then there are other types of drama that are almost going to be universally negative. I guess like calling somebody like a really bad word is always going to be like negative drama. That's never going to help you or further anything that you want to do. Trying to like physically fight with somebody is always going to be negative, and that's never going to turn out in a way
Mm.
that's going to be positive for you. I mean, like me, I guess, like to some extent, for like all the Twitter shit that I've been involved in the past few days, telling somebody to get raped and murdered is probably never going to further anything that you do. But arguing against like making rape accusations on Twitter, even though that's kind of dramatic, can further you because I guess it all comes down to like what point you're representing and how defensible the point is. Some people might say that it's drama or whatever, but if you have a good point and you can defend it pretty well and you're being pretty reasonable, like any kind of like public spin around that will just show more people who would probably agree with you, your personality because it's being put out there more. So basically, drama that ends up with you getting into an altercation with someone, not a physical altercation, but getting into some kind of argument or discussion with somebody, where you're defending what some people could see as a reasonable point, is going to further you because that drama will make your shit more accessible to the public. But drama that shows you in almost a universally bad light will almost never further what you're going to do. If that makes
Like
sense.
here's a good example.
Sure.
Like if you're a journalist, right? Um, you can do a piece that's controversial that can cause
Sure.
drama because there's basically it's a polarizing issue and there's two very strong polarizing standpoints and the community is divided. That will bring a lot of attention to you. And Richard's done that kind of thing in the past too. Richard obviously is vociferous too about these, his pieces, which supports that. But if you're not like that, you can still, create that type of public or exposure by doing that or making decisions like that on the pieces that you do instead of just like the boring reporting whatever, right? Just reporting news and shit like that. Just do a provocative piece that's going to be interesting to people.
I mean, look, I'll be straight honest about what happened with me. I kind of just had this fucking awakening at some point. I was just tired of the esports bullshit, and I just got into a mode where I was like, I'm just gonna fucking write things as they are. Like, I'm not gonna put the garnish on other people's meals anymore. I'm not gonna do that because I've done it for too long. This isn't about 2008, maybe,
Yeah.
and I just decided like I'm just gonna like what could happen. By this point, I was already getting sick of esports. This collapse of CGS had sort of kicked in, and um, it seemed like the bubble had burst. The second bubble I bore witness to. So I was just like, "Fuck it, man! This industry, it's just poisoned. The well is poisoned." So I started writing the way that I'm known for and the kind of stories that I'm known for. And yeah, people hated it, industry people especially. But what I realized was, as long as you've got a group of supporters, as long as there's people that are willing to champion your work, you're protected. You cannot be got rid of. You're suddenly not expendable like everybody else, and it's a fine fucking line because you've got people have to see that and sort of champion you as the artist, and that doesn't happen to a lot of people. You'll see people, we had Jacob call in there, we had Josh Raven, involved in this fucking drama at DreamHack. these people, like communities go after these people because of the stories they write, not because what they're writing is bad journalism, but because what they're writing people isn't what they want to read, and that's pathetic. And you know, it really frustrates me because you've got to be adult enough to realize that sometimes the truth isn't going to be palatable. What happened with me was, for whatever reason, I got away with it. You know, I told the truth, and people liked it, because it had just been non-stop bullshit in esports. I honestly thought I was going to get fucked. You know, I had companies calling at my bosses saying, he's got to go. What can we do to get that article taken down? Would you consider firing Richard Lewis? I had that for years, and I put up with it, but I just never bowed. I mean, the same unfucking relenting attitude that's got me into trouble this weekend is the attitude that I've taken to my work. I will not fucking back down. Like, if you want rid of me, you're gonna have to fucking do something pretty drastic. So my advice to you would be, if you've got an opinion, don't be afraid to publish it. Write that opinion piece. If you know something is going on, like absolutely unequivocally, inarguably know something is going on, and you can get enough people to give you the information to publish a story, publish it. Because
don't be scared about don't be scared about people not
never
liking
be scared
you.
of the backlash.
Don't be scared of people not liking you. That, you know,
but that's not true. That's not true. But let's be real here. Whoa, because this is getting way too idealistic. Don't be scared of people not liking you. Like, the right people not liking you means you don't have a fucking job. Like, we all live in the
don't let it prevent you from writing a piece that you feel is actually right.
It all depends on the climate. Okay, hold on, stop. Okay, because these guys are fucking feeding you some fucking rainbow shit. Okay. The way that you navigate this shit successfully, is you have to fucking realize that you have to be very cognizant of what public opinion is and how the public react to certain things. Okay, there are some things based on what you've written and based on the current climate that you can get away with saying, and there are other things you absolutely can't get away with saying. You have to be really smart in like the battles that you pick. For instance, if there's some huge fucking shit going on, fuck, I wish I could think of better examples. If you could go into like the social justice warrior shit that's going on today, right? If you were like an administrator at a college campus or some shit, and you decide that you're going to take a stand and you're going to start putting in opinion pieces, you're getting fucking fired, dog. Your fucking life might be destroyed. You have to make a decision like beforehand. Is it actually worth it to take that fight? Like, you can't just be like, oh, well, as long as I'm being truthful and as long as, I don't care if people like me, like you can go with that attitude all you fucking want, and you could follow that right to the fucking dumpster. If you're writing about the wrong things to the wrong people at the wrong time, you can get totally fucked. Even if your heart is in it, and even if you're totally right, like, you still have to be like cognizant of like what the social climate is based on whatever issue you're writing about. Like,
but hang on. So what Stephen's sort of not telling you with this is, obviously there's consequences for everything you put in print, even the really fucking benign, mundane bullshit. But the reality is, you'll fucking hate yourself one day if you don't stay true to yourself. And Stephen's right. Yeah, you might lose a job. You might get fired. You might end up homeless. Happened to me again. I fucking slept on a friend's couch for a long fucking time at an age when you shouldn't be doing that, right? But I just refused to take that step backwards. I just simply refused, and I kept going, and I got out of it, and now I'm here where I am, choking people and ruining my own career, evidently. So maybe one day you too could get to an event and choke someone. But the point is, jokes aside, you've got to fucking stay true to that inner voice. If you write bullshit, people can spot it's bullshit a mile off. The main thing is, with journalism, just don't fucking betray the people you write for. Never sell them out. People might not always like it. People might not always like the way you frame things, the way you say things, the things you write. But if you just keep telling the truth and you keep doing right by the people who pick up your stuff, you'll grow a fucking audience that'll stand by you no matter what. I got my first fucking job because people were threatening to quit a fucking, like in esports, this is my first real job, because people were all threatening to walk out and not use a website because I was going to go to America and marry some fucking broad that I'd met at a poetry slam. Like, I'd had enough. I wanted to check the fuck out. It wasn't going anywhere. I got my first real fucking paid job after the collapse of CGS because of that. And if you keep writing what people want to read, and if you do right by your readers, they'll back you to the fucking hill. Like, even now with all of this fucking shit that's been going on, you know, all of this fucking nonsense about, you know, am I the next Boston Strangler or whatever the fuck. People are standing by me. I've had like a bunch of messages, but people are even saying like, okay, I'm not particularly enthralled with how you've behaved, certainly based on what's been put out there in the public, but your work is still good and you've always done right by me, so I'm going to stand with you right now. That's the power of looking after your readers. So Steven's right, Andy's wrong. Like, fuck him. It's worth starving for a little bit.
Let me put it this way: you have to be aware that everything that you do, and this is true of life in general, everything you do is going to have trade-offs. Like, and you have to be willing to accept those trade-offs. Let me put it that way, okay? For the most part, like, I'm very vocal and I say what I want to say, whatever. And for the most part, like, I have enough of a fan base that I can make a really good living doing what I want to do. But I could probably double my income without any more effort by toning my shit down, right? So at the end of the day, like, you have to decide, like, is it worth it to miss out on potential job opportunities? Is it worth it to miss out on potential income opportunities? Is it worth it to alienate parts of, because there are trade-offs in everything you do. Like, you know, at the end of the night, like, yeah, I can sleep easy knowing like, oh man, like I feel so good. I can say whatever I want on Twitter and I can tell people to rape and kill themselves, and man, it feels good to be able to say what I do. But at the same time, like, there are threads of this show going up where people are literally posting that they've already decided that they hate me because of the things that I've tweeted without ever even hearing me talk, right? So you have to make a decision on like what trade-offs are worth it to you. You can't just go completely off into one end and pretend that everything, it's not like a movie where the character devotes everything. It's more, or it's more like that, that's why I like that Whiplash movie, right? There's always trade-offs when you want to do something. It's never going to be sunshine and rainbows completely in one direction. You either end up selling out too much and then you resent yourself for not being true to your original vision, or you don't sell out at all and you go too fucking hard and then you resent yourself for going off too much and now you've missed out on too many opportunities and now nobody wants to touch you because you're deemed too toxic of an asset, right? You always have to skirt that line. Like, that's a decision you're going to have to make and nobody can really make it for you, because you're the one that has to decide what trade-offs are worth it for whatever emotional or job-related happiness that you need, you know?
Okay.
Right.
Well, as a very quick follow-up.
Yeah, very quick one.
I'm going to be potentially working with a bunch of students next year in Denmark. The team I play with, Tricked, we just signed a big contract with a business school, Campus of Viola. They want us to teach them about esports stuff. The part I'm worried about, in a way, isn't even so much staying true to myself, but it's more, if I've got all these young people, so if they want to learn about, you know, whatever I've kind of learned so far, I want to get people in and teach them about whatever they've learned so far and this kind of stuff. I don't want to kind of tell them, oh God, there, everyone will accept you, but at the same time, I don't want to sugarcoat it for them and say like that, but I don't want to say, oh, don't say anything, don't ever touch a topic kind of thing. Do you think, as a community, perhaps we're too addicted to, you said don't use drama, so let's say confrontation, maybe?
Just to, like, here's like, if you're trying to be like a public figure and you don't want to like fucking shit on anybody's shoes, here's the thing: like, pretend that you're meeting like a significant other's parents and like that's your guide for conversation online. If you want to be safe, like that's it. Like, would you tell a friend's mom that you're gonna fuck her mom? Like, probably not. So don't say it. Would you tell a friend's mom that she's a fucking cunt and women suck at games? And just don't fucking say it. Like, they shouldn't be that, unless you're going to like a special needs school where the children all are like high functioning autists and they don't understand how to function in public. Just don't. As long as you're like aren't going fucking crazy, like for the most part, like you'll probably be okay. Just moderate yourself a little bit. Like,
yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I always think when Steven says this, first of all, I think back to the Steven I used to know.
The good old days, man.
The good old Destiny.
Or the Baneling memes, or
I won't get into that. But I also think when he says this, I do think it's a little bit too close to. It's really simple. Just don't be a shitty person. And unfortunately, that's completely fucking subjective, and therefore it's a completely ridiculous standard to try and aim for. The bottom line is, like, just be your fucking self, like, all the fucking time, even if you are an asshole, and you'll soon find out if you are or not, you know, and it's not always necessarily a bad thing.
Yep.
Like, some people will rub up against you the wrong way, and if you're an asshole, the majority of people will rub up against you the wrong way. Doesn't mean you're going to be incapable of relationships. Doesn't mean you're going to be incapable of tying down a job. Doesn't mean you're going to be incapable. Just whatever principles or values matter to you, just fucking keep them there. Don't fucking don't shut them off just because it's like, well, you know, it's easier, isn't it? When people
Right.
take security in the consensus, I think that's a really grotesque form of weakness. And people need to fucking learn to have a backbone. And if you are teaching people who want to work in journalism and in esports stuff like that, that's the most important fucking lesson you're gonna learn. Is that everybody? This is all one big fucking consensus. We use terms to denote it. We talk about fucking social media. We talk about fucking circle jerks, right? This is all a form of echo chamber bullshit consensus, and it takes a lot to push against that. Generally, the contrarians are the people I have respect for because it takes a fucking spine. A lot of time, they don't even believe it. They don't even believe what they're saying. They're just trying to start a fucking debate because somebody's got to say the opposite of what every other weak asshole is saying. So, you know, be those guys, be the contrarians. Fuck, we need that more now than ever. Internet culture's a fucking joke, dude. So, you know, tell them to go forth and be bold.
All right, say Tom. Thanks for your call, buddy.
It was cool. Thanks, buddy.
All right, so we got a patron, a sub, and Odie wants to call in too. But before I do that, I need to plug at least the Patreon and the t-shirts because we only have a week left on the t-shirts. Guys, let me show you the t-shirts real quick if you haven't seen it. Definitely get these puppies. It's 7 days left, and you know it's one of these like campaigns we have where it's like you only get 2 weeks. It's not going to be there forever, so grab these while you can. The link is let me snag the link here for you guys. Here, I'll put it in the chat here, and let me show it to you guys again. It's like an iconography of the show, I guess, in a way. So pretty cool. You guys gotten your shirt yet or no? Rich, Steven?
What's that?
Have you gotten it?
Oh yeah, I'm working on it. Listen, I've been traveling for the past week.
Have you guys gotten the shirt yet? Make sure I had to freaking buy my own shirt. So they don't give you any shirts even if you make them. So be sure to get one too, guys. Also, guys, we have a Patreon for the show. Definitely check this out here. Lots of milestones and all that good stuff. It's patreon.com/unfiltered. So yeah, definitely take a look at that. And let me know if there's like some things that you'd like to see milestone and reward wise that's not on here. Because I'm happy to, you know, just change some of these like whenever. So definitely let me know that. You can email me, chris@chanmanv.tv. Okay, let's grab another caller here and let's just grab Odie real quick. We'll do Odie, and then we'll do a Patreon and then a sub, just to end things.
Okay.
Odie, you here? For those of you that don't know Odie, he runs Team Dignitas.
God, I'd like to think our listeners knew the fuck Odie
Dude,
was.
you never know, man. It's like fucking worst GG.
I thought we were
hey
talking
guys,
about the voice
Odie is the
actor.
CEO of Dignitas. Like, really?
The dog in Garfield, right?
Odie, you there? Oh God, he's like I think he's a Discord tard.
That
Yeah,
sponsor
he's-
mic not
He's a
working.
Discord tard there. Odie, talk.
He'll get there, brother. If Robert Olin could figure it out.
Oh my God,
then,
that's serious. All right, he might be away real quick. All right, I'm gonna have to pull him on in a second. I'll get a
we'll put him on a bit.
yeah. We'll get Feliflo 2. Welcome to the show, man.
Hi.
He's a subscriber, I believe.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Thanks for subscribing and
thanks.
helping feed ChanMan's
Thanks
kids
for
who
supporting.
sewed the t-shirts. We also want to sell you.
Fine.
So thanks.
I'll look into that. Maybe I get it for Christmas from my parents.
Thank you.
You got a question for us?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Steven about the state of Legacy of the Void, of multiplayer. What do you think about balance right now? Like, do you like the game? Do you like it more than Heart of the Swarm? Do you think Zerg is still overpowered? Do you think like PvP is broken because it always takes an hour of Blink Stalker and Disruptors and boring and takes forever? So, what are your
Well,
thoughts?
I
on
thought a lot of
the
people were saying
balance
that
right now?
PvP. I thought a lot of people had like really positive things to say about PvP at DreamHack. Was I reading the threads wrong?
Yeah, watching is pretty awesome, I guess, but it's it's like super stressful and
Yeah,
like,
sure,
one
I
mistake.
think- Yeah, of course. I mean, that's been the nature of a lot of P matchups. Really, kind of. No, you miss one force field, you lose, or right? Or if you miss Micro Colossus or Disruptors now, I guess you lose. I don't know. I feel like Legacy of the Void right now is the most fun that StarCraft has ever been. Maybe I'm saying that because I'm Zerg, and Zerg is a little bit strong right now, although I'm still not entirely sure if that's true. But it seems to be the general consensus among people. I think most people right now would agree. I don't know about other pros, but in terms of like fans, I think most people would agree that Legacy of the Void is probably the most fun to play and entertaining to watch as StarCraft has ever been right now. Maybe once the meta settles more and games are a little bit less crazy, maybe people will feel differently about that. But I think my biggest thing right now is it feels like there's a lot more variety in the games. I feel like there are more viable strategies and unit compositions, at least for Zerg and Terran. Protoss, mid-late game, I would feel is a little bit more varied than it used to be, at least in ZVP, although Protoss are pretty shoehorned into their opening right now, with the robotics facility being a staple of pretty much every single thing they do because of the necessity of the Warp Prism. But yeah, I would say that like in general, right now, and then maybe more like on a later episode because we're not going to dig into the whole game right now. But I feel like right now, I feel like Legacy of the Void is the most fun to watch and play that StarCraft has ever been, in my opinion.
It's the best StarCraft has been, period. Yeah, I mean, I think everything about it right now is the best it's been.
It's just like I play Protoss, so maybe I'm just too slow, but like game is so stressful now, man. I used to be able to like when like Wings of Liberty, I'd be fine with like 140 APM. I'm playing like Colossus Blinkstalker and trying to out micro Brood Lords. But now
that seems to be right now one of the problems is it seems like mid-late game Protoss has a little bit too much going on in terms of spellcasters, right? Because you've got Blinkstalkers, you might have sentries, you've got I really don't like the Disruptor. I think the Disruptor needs to be removed from the game or back to the drawing board completely. Like it just feels way too all or nothing. If you get good Disruptor shots, then you pretty much completely snowball and win a fight. But if you fuck the Disruptor shots up, oh my fucking god, they're so expensive, they're unwieldy, they sit there in your army, you lose so much power because they've eaten up all the supply and resources. And if you lose the Disruptors, right? If you get into a big fight in the mid game and you lose like 3 Disruptors, you completely lost the game, right? You're totally fucked. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Disruptor is just a really shit. Like it just feels really fucking all or nothing for Protoss. They get good Disruptor hits, then they snowball and win the game, or they fuck the Disruptor hits up and then they're totally fucked and you're fucked now.
Wouldn't it be like the solution to like nerf the Disruptor and make other units more powerful so you like maintain the same strength for the race?
Yeah, but for whatever reason, it seems like Blizzard is never going to do that. I don't know why. I'm not sure. I don't know. I hate Protoss. I think Protoss is the worst designed race in all of StarCraft, and it still feels that way. The adept, if it almost feels like my dream for Protoss. Again, we're kind of getting into this, but not to get into. But like my dream for Protoss has always been like remove the sentry and balance from there. I think has always been like I feel like that would have been the best idea because then you would have been forced to address the gateway units in such a way that they were made into real units. Whereas Protoss is just like gimmicky gimp after gimmicky gimp. Like, well, Protoss have a really hard time defending themselves. Well, what if we make it so that every single Nexus can be a planetary cannon? Well, okay. Well, what if we made it so and now in Legacy of the Void is every single pylon can become a cannon with the Mothership Core. You literally get a floating unit designed to defend your base so that you can defend against everything because Protoss is so shit, and you've got force fields because Protoss units are so shit, and then you have to have these huge fucking OP robo units because your gateway units are shit, so you get these horrible units like Colossus, and now we have Disruptors, and then like everything else just feels like gimmicky as fuck, like the little adept going through units and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Protoss has never been given like here's like a very solid back. Like Blink Stalkers are like the only thing I can think of. Where like here's a very solid army that can be microed and utilized by a professional player in a really effective manner. It seems like all of Protoss is just kind of like gimmicky bullshit where half your shit is really underpowered and then some of your shit is really overpowered, and you just kind of have to hope to use your overpowered shit to kill the enemy before they kill all of your underpowered shit. I don't know. That's how it's always felt to me.
Yeah, it's like Terran and Zerg are very similar in that way that they just mass up an army of some type. Like, let's say Roach Ravager, Hydra Lurker. Yeah. It's like these units function pretty similarly, right?
Yeah.
So, and like then we have MMM on the other side, and that's also units that do like roughly the same stuff.
Sure.
So,
yeah,
Protoss is just like throw everything in there, hope it works.
Kind of, yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the question, and thanks for supporting, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, dude.
Okay, let's try Odie again. He seems to hate Discord. All right, here we go. Odie, you there? Oh my god.
He's definitely there because he's in the chat saying he hates this program. He keeps saying, "Go fuck yourself."
Wait, where's your mic? Your mic's not set up, dude. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
We can't. God.
Oh my god. Wait, does it say it? I don't see that. It says
yeah,
my
I know.
mic's
He's
not
typing
set
in the
up.
chat. He's typing in the chat. So no, his mic is unmuted. I think you need to set your mic. Click the user settings, Odie. All right, while he's doing that, let's get Zizla on. Zizla's a patron. Zizla, what's up, man? Oh my God.
Hey,
Okay.
what's going on?
Hey, buddy.
Here we go.
Well, thanks for being a patron. And do you have a question?
Right, I wanted to talk to dear old Stephen about what he thinks about late game hive units in TVZ. I think that personally, I believe that the strength of ultras and how Vipers work, they sort of strangle your ability to be aggressive past a certain point in the game. Like, for instance, if you're facing ultras and stuff, really the only sort of unit that's super good versus them are liberators. And liberators always need to be sieged to deal with them, which means that you sort of need a shit ton of them, which means that you've got a turtle and that, and then once you get to the point where you can push out, you've got to start dealing with Vipers and parasitic bomb and all that kind of crap. So what I've been doing in TVZ late game is I actually just never attack, and I starve the map out. I split it with turrets and tanks and liberators and stuff, and I'm winning most of my games, but it's just boring as fuck because I can't attack into ultras and parasitic bomb.
If you don't mind me asking, like, what league are you in?
Master.
Okay. This is really hard for me to say, and this is gonna be a really shitty answer, but I really can't answer your question. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. After I started doing Ravager openings in ZBT, I don't think I've lost a single one over like probably, I don't want to say maybe like 10 or 20 ZVTs. I might have lost one because I did something
Still
really
pretty
dumb.
good.
Oh, I lost one. I lost one on I lost one in a weird map because I play like an idiot. But like for the most part, I don't really lose that matchup. I don't know if it's because I play bad people or it might be grossly imbalanced towards the Zerg right now. When you open Ravager against Terran, it just seems like every time you attack, it just seems like the Terran can't help but die like every single time. So I don't really know what to help you. That might be like a matchup that's like super imbalanced. Maybe I'll try to like find like Polt on the ladder, like when he's playing on NA, and then I'll get smashed by him, and then I'll like link you the replay or something. But I really don't know what to say right now. Ravagers just seem so fucking strong on ground, and all of the Zerg late game got like buffed. Like Vipers are insanely fucking good. They always were, and they still are. The parasitic bomb is way too strong against anti-air, in my opinion. It completely destroys every anti-air unit in the game. Ultralisks just got better.
Yeah,
I think
Ultralisks
wasn't adrenal glands on lanes even buffed?
I think
Right.
it was. I haven't read the patch note
Like,
for that, but I've heard it was as well.
Every single thing got better about Zerg late game. So I don't know. Like I said, now that I'm opening Ravagers, it seems impossible to lose against Terran. Like it seems like you really have to go out of your way to lose against Terran. So I really don't know what to say.
How are Terrans opening versus you? Because what I'm doing at the moment primarily is just a shit ton of Banshees. I'm just doing Hellion Banshee, but I'm getting like 4 or 5 of them, and I'm using that to pick off the Ravagers as they move across the map, and then getting siege tanks and stuff behind it.
The two problems you run into is a lot of people put Corruptors. If I see that the opponent has more than like 1 or 2 Banshees, I'll just throw in a Hydra Den and make 8 Hydras, and then you're fucked because now you've invested all that money in Banshees. How are you possibly going to stop when the Ravagers and Roaches start attacking your front? Like you're not going to have the ground army to do it. You're not going to have any tanks, or your tank number is going to be really low. And the 5 or 6 Banshees are completely negated by the Hydras, and the Hydras can attack other ground units as well. You know.
Well, what time are you hitting with your Ravagers? I thought you were talking to something like an opening that was hitting around like 6 minutes or so. Are you talking more mid game?
Yeah, I'm talking like I have like 3 bases fully saturated in my 1-1 finish, and maybe I start my 2-2, and then I usually go, I think it's like 130, 150 supply. You just start moving across the map.
All right.
So, so you also touched on parasitic bomb being like incredibly good. Would you be happy with parasitic bomb if it was something like on an infestor that was an upgrade that you unlocked at Hive, so that way it'd bring in your ability to use terrain defensively to micro around it? Because at the moment, it's like if someone just flies in Vipers and just suicides them in to get a parasitic bomb, there's like no way to fucking dodge it. And it follows your units, and it's really hard to split against because of obviously everything stacks so high in a
I don't know.
in an
Maybe,
air army. Would you be happy as that as an alternative? Because I think Zerg still need an anti-air option like that. But I think the fact that it just fucking stacks and that there's no way to micro against it on a terrain level just makes it completely and utterly fucking broken.
Yeah, I mean that's one way to do it. Maybe it should be a channel from the Viper so that they can't move around or just cast it and leave. Maybe if the Viper's killed then because it's a channel, then it wouldn't be lasting any longer. Maybe it needs to do less damage. Maybe it needs to have smaller AoE. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's really really strong. I'm not sure how it would change it. I would have to think a lot about that. But
all right, buddy. Thanks for your question, man.
Buddy,
Thanks for supporting too, buddy.
my main flower.
yep, good luck.
Okay, so let's get Odie on. So we're gonna have to get him on freaking Skype here. Hold on. We're gonna have to. So once we get him on Skype, mute Discord. Hey, Richard, you have Skype on your computer. You've got Skype on your computer, right?
Oh my god! So we're gonna be on Discord, Zoom, and fucking Skype.
What the fuck? Why are we doing that?
Because Odie can't get on freaking Discord for some dumb reason.
How can he not wait? Okay,
I don't know.
Just give me 2 minutes, okay, and I'll talk to him. All right, and we'll see if I can figure it out. All right.
All right.
Well, why do we need Skype?
Just because he can't get on Discord here. He's our last caller.
Well, Odie, fuck that. Come on. Doesn't matter how important Odie is. I don't even care if he's going to come out and give an impassioned defense of my right to choke people. The point is, you can't fucking... We're not going to derail the whole show just to fit him in.
Well, this is the last one. This is the last call. This is the last call.
So I'm gonna have to dial in the fucking Skype. Or is this how it works?
We don't have to if we don't want to, but I figured
I can go get the rotary phone and we can call him if like.
I figured if you guys have Skype right here, it's like literally.
Fine. Fuck it.
All right, let's go.
Oh my god, you guys are like
you can sell an LCS fucking slot for $1 million, right? But you can't figure out how to use Discord. I've never been so disappointed.
All right, mute Discord, guys. Mute Discord.
Yeah, I'm logging.
All right, you guys, you there?
Yeah, how do we mute Discord?
Odie, you there? Oh God, Odie's mic doesn't work in anything. This is like.
What? Are you serious? Has he ever talked on live before?
His mic doesn't work in this.
Can you hear me?
There he is.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Fucking hell. Why can't you just use fucking Skype? How fucking hard is that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Skype blows, dude. You know that.
I'm 44. Fuck this fucking new age shit. Fuck that.
You are
44. You're fucking old
right now.
You're old.
Like seriously, Discord means like fucking like disagreement between people. Like fucking, I ain't fucking happy with Discord, so fuck off.
All right, man.
Hello, how are you? Good,
man. How are you?
I'm very good. Like Discord was giving me a fucking slight hemorrhage. I might have a heart attack tonight, but whatever.
All right, you got a question or something you want to talk to us about?
I heard a few things like I'm not gonna comment on the Richard fucking choking situation because all I can think about is like UFC and fucking the new British heavyweight champion of the world. It's a cross between those two. Like, I didn't see what happened.
Well done, man.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of shit in the press. I've seen lots of shit on Twitter. Like I'll talk to Richard in person and find out what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
But all I can say on the actual situation, I saw the tweet that Richard did in the morning, and I saw that, and I actually laughed. I thought it was fucking funny. So I think there's a really big, what's the word? I'm not sure what the word is, but it fucking made me laugh. I saw that tweet, I saw the sign, I thought it was funny. So for some random fucking Dota player to go up to Richard and whatever happened and whatever Richard did, whatever, but I thought the tweet was funny. That's my say on the whole situation because I don't know anything. I wasn't there. I saw some LCS stuff that you talked about.
I thought it was funny. That's any consolation. What LCS
I thought
stuff?
it was funny too. So, LCS. What else is the?
Odie?
So, fuck, this is fucking falling apart, boy.
I know. Odie, what are you talking about, LCS?
Odie, have you been eating mushrooms?
Oh God, this mic.
Yeah, man. He's on a vision quest.
I think we're done.
He's talking to the fox, mate.
I think we're done. All right, get back on. Right. You guys get back on and get Discord.
Okay. Well, really? We're going back on Discord?
All right, fine. All right, we just.
No, I don't mind. You've got to take another call. That can't be the last call.
All right, fine. We'll take one more call.
Fuck.
It's gonna be a fucking SE2 call. Holy shit. Okay, we're back. We're back. Wow, that was a huge fail. That was a huge fail.
I wouldn't say it was a huge fail.
Well, all right. One last question here.
All right.
Oh,
I'm hungry as
gosh.
fuck. Okay, I want to eat. Let's go. Come on, guys.
All right, last one.
That's chalking talk, motherfucker.
This guy's been waiting a long time. Hey, buddy, you there? Hey.
Not there, of course.
He's not there?
I can't.
Come on, Philandros. Get your shit together, dog. Oh, he's trying to talk. It's lighting up, but we can't hear him.
Philandros, is he? Yeah, we can't hear you, buddy. Man, we got to get people.
How can it be lighting up? Why are we even
Discord.
using this thing? Why are we using Discord? What was the motivation? Never mind. We'll do this later.
Idiot.
What?
I'm not gonna use Skype for Collins, man.
Why not just use
Cans.
TeamSpeak
Cans.
or like Mumble?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi there, Cams. How you doing, bro?
Why aren't you
Not
guys
so-
sleeping? What
Whoa,
time is it?
whoa,
up there?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey, can you hear
The
us?
second I come in, Destiny starts spewing shit. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you guys perfectly.
All right, you got a question?
Yeah, I got a question before we delve into
You're
that.
the last
Just,
one, man. You're the last question, so make it
Okay,
good.
okay. The last question. Well, I've been going through Reddit today, and I saw Oddshot making a statement about
Oh,
their
yeah.
partnership program,
Mm.
which opens up like it's 2 weeks after you had Reynad on the show,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep.
And after you had Reynad, they said, "Oh, we really want to work with streamers. We really appreciate Reynad's feedback on all of that." And now they come up with a $1.2 CPM per 1,000 views, and they have a budget of $30,000 per month that will be paid out to streamers every month, and that's a shared budget for everyone. So the more people are there, like possibly a smaller share revenue for all of them. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Is it just like a cry for like help, like saying don't cut us out yet, we'll give you money, or is it just like another one of these things like showing that they really don't care?
Doesn't this coincide with an equivalent of Oddshot that was open source being released as well? Just for context.
Yeah, there was something
few
announced
days
last
ago.
week. Yeah, there was something
Yeah.
announced like a week ago or early the last few days.
But it was obviously it wasn't put out by Oddshot. It was an equivalent, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, it was an Oddshot.
No, somebody else did it.
Yeah. So I think a combination of things, but like obviously, like what they're doing is bullshit. Let's just say it loud and proud. It's absolute grade A bullshit to take a clip from someone's stream, empower people to just put it onto Reddit or whatever for the throwaway currency of karma, or even worse, converted into a YouTube clip that they put in their channel, and that goes on Reddit and they get to monetize it. It's just
Well, they don't monetize.
absurd.
That's like one of their that's one of the things that they're saying too. Currently, they don't monetize anything.
Oddshot say they don't advertise, right? They didn't say they don't monetize. They said they don't advertise.
No, they say they don't have any monetization right now.
How would that can't be true? Or it's like
don't
what?
know,
They're
there's-
just,
But their goal is to build a program big enough to sell it. That's the whole point. They're probably not making money right now. There's no way that they're monetizing anything. You don't see any advertising anything on the site, so it doesn't look like they're monetizing. They're probably trying to grow the site to where they can get it big enough to where they can start to monetize, or via advertisements or whatever, or where they can sell it to somebody who will want to monetize it.
Yeah. So this 30,000 a month is coming from investors. That's
Okay,
where
sure.
it's coming from.
The 30,000 a month is them moving towards legitimizing their platform. I think this is a good thing. It makes it so that they can start to rope streamers in officially, where they can probably sign off, because streamers are a lot more likely to sign off on their content being hosted on Oddshot if Oddshot is going to actually pay them for it. So this is a way for them to legitimize their platform in the eyes of streamers. If the platform is legitimized in the eyes of streamers and they don't have to worry about stealing content in order to make their site profitable or popular, then they can move towards monetizing the site in a way that's not going to cause a whole bunch of backlash as soon as people realize streamers are getting fucked. So I mean, I think it just feels like a standard next step to me. The site started off in kind of a negative way legally, technically, because they were making money off of stolen clips. Now they're still going to be stealing clips. However, it's not going to be stolen because they're probably going to get streamers to sign off on it, and they're going to start paying them money for it, which means it's going to be easier for them to advertise on the site, because now they can say that they have rights to the content. And then that gets it towards a closer spot where they can try to sell it in the future or whatever, or monetize it more in the future if they want to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think generally it's definitely the right direction. That's what we were saying on the previous show too. You know, it's like as long as the Twitch channel that or the channel owner that basically these clips are being made from is getting compensated, you know, or is able to monetize with the site basically, or they're doing a rev share with them, then you know the streamers would be much more okay with it. What they're doing here, and like if you just even look at this link, this sign up for the partners program, I mean it's not even an Oddshot link. It's like a something. I mean it's like a different link. I mean I think they're still probably trying to figure these things out, like just hashing them out. So I think it's the right step. It probably isn't like in the final state of which, you know, this partner program should be in, but it's definitely the right direction. And I think, you know, again, the other owners like myself are definitely more okay with it if they do allow us to monetize it. It looks like 1.2 CPM is what they're offering.
Yeah, per 1,000 views.
Yeah, which depending on the video, like on YouTube, I don't know if YouTube videos that are 20 seconds are usually about that for CPM or not. It really just depends on the content itself.
You get a popular video that goes up 100,000 views is $120. It's not too bad, I don't think. Just for free, I say free money. I mean, if you sign off on them doing it, then yeah, I don't necessarily see anything.
Definitely some slow times on YouTube are you know, the CPMs are around that after all the cuts and stuff, but.
Yeah, but they also said that they got a budget of 30,000 per month, and they're gonna calculate each streamer's cut because they can't go over that 30,000.
Yeah, so it's not even an endless. It might not even be exactly 1.2 in the end. So it might be a percentage.
It's just
a percentage
of views. It's a step in the right direction. It's the step in the direction.
It's a step in the right direction.
Instead of stealing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for the question.
Yeah, just on a just side note, I hope you're doing okay, Richard, and don't give in to the trolls, because whenever I started hearing this Loda, just the word Loda, in Poland, when you go to a party and somebody says to you "Zrób mi loda," is basically saying, "Can you do me a blowjob?"
Oh my god.
Well, it's good to know. maybe I really did misunderstand his intentions then.
Whenever I hear somebody mention Loda, and today all day, I'm just like, oh my god, please stop.
Our Polish lesson of the day, right there.
Yeah, thanks for telling me, brother. But yeah, I'll be fine. Don't you worry about that. The people will have to hit me a lot harder than what they're doing at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for an awesome show, as always. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Good night, buddy.
All right. I think that's going to wrap things up. Good show. Thanks for everybody that called in and hung out in chat and went crazy spamming. What?
Did you see this link? Apparently, some girl went to like a blacks' rights protest on a college campus, and while she was there, she went away. She made a fake Twitter account. And then she started tweeting threats towards the campus. And then she came back and told everybody about it. She's like, guys, did you see this person tweeting threats? It's all right. This is very funny.
I didn't.
Mate, don't worry.
So black chick goes to a Black Lives rally, okay? And while she's there, obviously you need more drama. So she sneaks off. She makes a fake Twitter account. She starts tweeting threats towards the rally that she's at. Yeah.
Okay.
And saying like dumb things like, I will kill all the blacks tonight, tomorrow, and any other day if they go to Kenya. And then she runs back to the rally. She's like, guys, look what this horrible person is tweeting.
You understand, like, obviously, because I work for Breitbart, we're going to be all over that. Like,
Richard's already got a story. He's already typing it out during the show.
Did you see, we're not going on this for a long time, but did you see any of the, probably not because you're busy your own shit, but did you see any of the Stoya shit?
I'm surprised nobody called. I'm surprised none of our call-ins, Wars GG, didn't ask about the Stoya shit, because that's all Steven's been talking
James Dean thing.
Yeah, the James Dean Stoya thing.
Yeah, shit, dude. Of course I.
Oh my god, I couldn't even.
Obviously, I saw that. Like,
I guess we'll talk about the Stoya stuff. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm ready for you know, given the place I'm in from a PR standpoint,
what?
Do we want to get into,
okay.
Do we want to get into porn star and consent? No, I'm kidding. Fuck it. Are we talking about it? Do you want to talk about it?
Let's go. I've got the page up. Let's do it.
I'm already in my fucking shitty little hotel room, so.
Oh my god,
Steven, why don't you go?
Talk about it. It's just like, I don't think that if you make like, you can't make criminal accusations against people on Twitter. It's stupid because one, public ring is not public. You can't do these kinds of things publicly. Like, it's never worked out ever. McCarthy tried it with communism. We did it during like the Salem witch trial shit. Like every time, like can we ever think of a time when everybody publicly got together to fuck somebody's life up on Twitter and everybody ended up happier for it? Remember the Boston bombing on Reddit when we all like played detective? Like, it's never worked out well, ever, never. Yeah, this stupid cunt fucking tweets on Twitter. She's like, by the way, guys, I just thought you should know that James Dean raped me, and also I'm gonna be off of Twitter for the next 2 weeks. Bye, because she was like on Twitter vacation.
Yeah, there needs to be some context to this. Right?
Yeah,
there's no context. No, there's literally no context. She literally just tweets it out of fucking nowhere.
First off, Soya and James Dean were like together for a long time.
Okay, they were dating.
They're business partners now. They're business partners now, and so there's some.
Sure, that's a little backstory, but she basically, out of nowhere, because there wasn't some huge scandal going on, just out of nowhere, she just decides to tweet like, "Oh, James Dean raped me, guys. Just thought you should know that. And I'll be back on Twitter in 2 weeks," and then she leaves.
I mean, look, okay, so like what I thought was kind of interesting was, let's not forget, right, in the West, you'll often hear from radical feminists that we live in a rape culture.
That's what this whole Huffington Post. That's what this whole Huff Post.
Yeah, but I haven't read the Huffington Post. Even if it was partially founded by Andrew Bright before he passed away. But I haven't read it because, listen, I'm right. This surely the reaction you've seen in the press proves that we don't live in a rape culture, because one unsubstantiated claim on Twitter has been enough to pretty much convict James Dean in the court of public opinion. Now, I know as of today, there have been some other people who have come forward and very strange accusations. There was one of the porn actress whose name escapes me right now.
I don't remember
who was the one. Who was the one who said he held me down and forced me to smell his testicles?
Oh, that weird thing.
Yeah, who was that one?
Was it Lexi Bell?
No. I'm usually so good with porn actors' names. Porn actors and actors' names. I'm usually really good with that. But anyway, but if you Google it, this was the thing that came out, and it was really weird. Actually, I read a Daily Dot article, and they had sort of framed it in this way that what he'd said was, actually consent doesn't matter, basically, and that isn't what he said. He said a quote saying that when you go into a porn shoot, consent is actually contractual, in the sense that you sign a contract when you go in, and that when you're in these intimate situations in the shooting, the consent's already been agreed to. That's why you're in that position. And that he actually found a BDSM. He actually found that repellent, the way it was represented in porn movies, because he felt that the whole storyline was he had to fuck girls as punishment. And he says that's not what BDSM is about. And obviously a lot of people have said James Dean, as an actor, he's represented that kind of rough sex in a more realistic way. That's like his thing. That's his niche. But it's super interesting, the spin, and now I've become really more cognizant of the spin. And yeah, they're pretty much, he's being tried in the court of public opinion, and right now he's being found guilty, predicated on not a lot of evidence, which isn't ever to denigrate an actual victim's claims, but these things surely need to go through a legal process. They can't just be put on social media and took at face value. That's nonsense. That isn't how any other crime operates. I know rape is a particularly emotive crime, but we've got to be realistic about this. So far, there is no evidence.
But the problem is, like, this is like the problem. This is like what's been triggering me. I've been so triggered this whole fucking weekend. Okay, so all forms of like common sense have been completely fucking like abdicated in regards to this. Like this idea that like when women tweet that they've been raped, I believe them. Anything not like when you have like your whole like world is set up such that anytime anybody says anything critical of what you think, and you go, this just proves everything I say even more, like you're fucking delusional. Like that Huffington Post thing, like all of these tweets questioning the woman who tweeted a baseless rape accusation right? Which it is. There's no evidence in any post. She just tweets a rape accusation. Anytime somebody critiques her, that's just proof of rape culture. Like, dog, are you fucking serious? Like, what? It doesn't work that way with anything else. Like, you can't just tweet like criminal accusations at people with no evidence or anything else posted and expect people to take you seriously. Like, if you do, you might be fucking retarded. In fact, I would even go as far as to say you probably are fucking retarded. Like, you just can't do that. Like, this is a really, really, really simple thing. If you're one of those people that instantaneously believe somebody just because they tweet like a criminal accusation, like, there's a reason why, I don't know, the social justice warriors seem like to really, really fucking hate the whole like the court system and the whole innocent until proven guilty. Like, it seems like with that crowd, like, as soon as something public happens, like the public ring becomes like the judge, jury, and executioner of everything. Like, they instantly deem whether or not you're guilty, and then they instantly decide like the punishment, which is always the absolute and total destruction of that person's life. And it's like, how fucking stupid like are you? Like, you can't do that. Like, just because some person tweeted that somebody raped somebody, first of all, we don't even know if it actually happened. Secondly, even if it did happen, you don't know what the extent was, what the circumstances was, right? I'm not trying to say that some rape is better than other rape, but like, there's a big difference between like, there was a misunderstanding of consent and he did anal on a scene where he was only supposed to do vaginal, or versus like, he, you know, legitimately found her outside of a scene and like raped the shit out of her, versus he had sex with her when she was sleeping and she wasn't into it. Like, there's a whole bunch of fucking gray area, especially today when rape can mean fucking anything to these people, right? Because rape doesn't mean what it used to mean. Like, back in the day, rape was always like a really bad thing, but now rape is literally like, my boyfriend woke me up to have sex, and honestly, I wanted to brush my teeth first and he didn't give me the opportunity to, so I'm pretty sure he raped me. Like,
Stephen, I think the best thing is rape by fraud. I'm guessing you've heard about this.
Rape by fraud.
Yeah. Let me tell you about this. Okay, and not only that, let me just see if I can find woman jailed. Wait, sorry, I'm just mumbling. Here it is. I've got the Guardian story. So we'll get to that in a second. So there's this thing now called rape by fraud, or rape by deception. And basically, they've been trying to push this through in certain states in America, and they've been talking about it in the United Kingdom. Basically, it's where you get sexual consent predicated on fraudulent statements. So, for example, listen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got a yacht, baby. You know, like basically what every guy ever in the history of the world ever has done, ever. Right? Just saying. Like, oh, you know, like, you keep your hat on. I got a full head of hair into this. Or, I've let myself go recently, but, like, I can snap right back into shape. You know, whatever. Like, we've all told a little white lie to get laid. And now it's there's a big movement in America to make this a crime and make it akin to rape, actually. Wow. Now, what I found very interesting in this was that while this movement was ongoing, one of the biggest sentences for rape by deception, and keep in mind, this is a radical feminist and leftist progressive movement to get rape by deception as punishable by the same sentencing as forcible, non-consensual sex. There was a woman called Gail Newland who had sex with another woman. She pretended to be a man and wore a strap on and insisted that her girlfriend wore a blindfold the entire time. Now I know this is an absurd story, but hear me out. So they had sex 10 times, and on the 10th time, the woman took the blindfold off and saw that it was another woman having sex with her with a strap on. And she went to jail. Let me just find the exact sentencing. I've got it here. Let me just. I think it was 8 years. Hang on, let me just check.
8 years? Wow. That's okay. So there's
well, like,
legal precedent.
I don't want to be grouped in with the Richard Lewis on this one, because I mean, like, that's pretty fucked up. Like,
no, that is fucked up.
I think that's his point. Is that's fucked up? I'm not saying it's fucked up.
Of course, it's fucked up. But again, what I'm saying is that this is the first victim of this radical feminist, progressive, whatever the fuck you want to call it, law happened to be a woman. And like, I think 8 years. Like, I'll be honest. I think that's a little bit harsh, dude. Like, think that's harsh. I do think that's harsh. You know, don't get me wrong. Like, if I was with a chick, or what I thought was a chick, and like, you know, I'll put a blindfold on while I blow you, and like one time I take the blindfold off, and she's jerking off a massive dick while oh right, well, yeah, okay, I'm upset, right? I'm pretty mad about it. Does she deserve to go to jail for 8 years? I don't fucking know, dog. I think there's like real crimes out there.
Well, I mean,
however
much it is, I mean, that's subjective.
Sure. So like, this is another thing, okay, and this is going to be really unpopular. I understand that this is like a really unpopular opinion, but like, people take this rape shit like to another fucking level. Like, when you talk about sexual assault, like, people need to chill the fuck out a little bit. Like, it's not a good thing, okay? Getting sexually assaulted or raped is not a good thing. But whenever it happens, like, people are literally acting like you're fucking like genociding an entire race of people. Like, this is the absolute fucking worst thing that could ever possibly fucking happen to somebody. Like, if somebody gets sexually assaulted, like, your life is over. Like, you're gonna have mental problems for the rest of your entire fucking life. Like, people need to chill the fuck out. Like, be like a little bit fucking reasonable. I don't know. I feel like it feels like anytime like rape or sexual assault comes into the conversation, like, people immediately like take off like all form of sanity, and now all of a sudden it's like the worst crime that's ever been committed in the history of all of mankind has been committed, and now the person affected, their entire fucking life is destroyed and everything about them is fucking ruined, and now like we have to like go into instant feels mode, and all logic and reason and rationale has been thrown out the window, and the punishment for the accused, the alleged, not even the proven, it has to be like the worst possible thing ever. And like, I don't know, it just feels like you're talking to a bunch of fucking children. Like, you can't even have like a real conversation about any of these issues on the internet anymore. Like, people just get way too fucking crazy about it.
I mean, look, from what I know about the adult entertainment industry, which is a bit, you know, I think no, listen, that's a fucking messy area. That isn't guy meets girl, go home, get drunk, have sex. It's way more complicated, way more layered. There's way more nuance.
Well, I disagree. If you're a porn star, I think you can be raped just as much as any other person.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple as to the definition of rape. I mean,
talk about putting words in my mouth. Jesus Christ, that's a bit much, mate.
Well, I don't think that there's like, well, what do you think is like the murky area of like being a porn star? I don't think there's anything murky about whether or not.
Mate, of course there's a murky area. Look, okay. When right, for example, when you're under pressure to do a fucking scene and it's being done and you've signed a contract that says you will agree to do this scene, there's, especially on the smaller shoots, some women do the fucking scene and they don't really want to and they're not really into it. And in a normal sexual setting, that would probably be considered rape, like sex under duress.
Oh, sure.
Would be considered rape. But in a porn setting, in a porn environment, it's contracted. You signed it. Now where the fuck are we at?
She's not. But in that tweet, in that Stoya tweet, it doesn't mention anything about it being even in the context of on set. And
that's
and fair, she even used the word. She even used
all the other witnesses that came forward, all the other people that got involved in it, all said that their sexual assaults took place on set. And I think we need to be really careful about that, like super careful. You know, and like say there was that ridiculous one where she's like, he held me down and made me smell his testicles, and I said I didn't want to. And obviously he's doing it as a fucking joke or whatever, because it's like, look, I'm gonna fuck you in a minute anyway for the scene. Smell my balls or whatever. Like, well, it's a weird.
I mean, it's
no, but it's a weird.
It's
yeah,
a
but if she doesn't want to smell his,
no. But the thing is,
it's non-consensual ball smelling. But the point is, you're on a porn shoot. It's a weird, fucking murky area. It's not like all the regular shit we're talking about.
It is definitely a murky area, but what's not covered in a contract is what's not covered in a contract. I mean, what's not covered in the contract is basically just like, you know, any other situation. So
the worst thing about all of this is that there was actually the worst thing about all of this is that there was actually a girl who tweeted who said that she knew that Stoya was wrong. Initially, she tweeted, but she took it back because she didn't think that it was right to ever tell a woman making a rape accusation that they were wrong. Like, that was the thing that was like most...
How does she know that Stoya is wrong? I
mean, I don't know.
Was she there? Was she there for every encounter?
You saw what happened in Rolling Stone. You saw what happened in Rolling Stone with that rape accusation on campus. A Rolling Stone journalist went and spoke to an alleged victim of rape, and to get the story, the alleged victim basically said, well, you can't reach out for comment from my attackers, which of course you would have to do with an allegation of that magnitude. They did all this other shady shit. They ran the story as if it was a matter of fact. And of course, absolutely unequivocally, the alleged perpetrators were proven innocent. And in fact, the whole story was so fucked in terms of dates. There weren't even any parties on the day she was alleging it to have happened. Rolling Stone completely dropped the ball. And here's the thing. Obviously, rape is a fucking serious, serious issue. Absolutely. And it's very, very hard because of the shame aspect to come forward and talk about it openly. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we should eschew due process. We've still got to be clinical when it comes to the aspects of applying the law, because there's no protection for the accused. And if the accused is innocent, for whatever reason, that is a very big stigmatizing thing, which again ties into the reality that we do not live in a rape culture. Accusing a man of rape is one of the worst things you can do. And because of that, it's become a very powerful tool, which, again, I don't want to be a guy and sort of denigrate, the women coming forward and reporting rape. And it's got a super low conviction rate. And all of this shit's fucking problematic. But the reality is that you've still got to be super careful when people are making very public accusations or accusations in the press. And people are going to publish these and propagate these. And they're unsubstantiated. And there has been no legal due process. That's fucking dangerous. So, that's what I think's happened with all of this shit.
All right. Well, I was expecting this to come up, so I'm not surprised that.
Yeah, Stephen, why have you been going mad about it?
Just because people go full retard. People are incapable of having a reasonable. As soon as you say the word rape, like people's mind. Like I had this fucking stupid bitch who's tweeting at me R*PE, saying that this fucking idiot is triggered because she can't read the word rape. Like how fucking delusional, like how incompatible with reality are you that when you see the word RAPE, it triggers you, but when you see R*PE, it doesn't trigger you. Like how
hang on though, dog. As a man, let me just. Didn't someone just tweet this at me? It was on the 3rd. You know what? I'm gonna find it. Just let me find it. Let me find it.
And then people saying, that like if you don't, people are saying like if you call into question like anything that Storia has said, if you even remotely question her, like you are a rapist or you're defending a rapist, like holy shit.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it was. Yeah, that was it. That was it. You said to who is it? You said to. Kill yourself, you fucking cunt.
Get raped by a shovel.
Get raped with a fucking shovel until you bleed out of your fucking badge and die.
Okay, listen,
nice.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, what were you saying about Richard earlier in the show? That he's
but I told you I could probably make twice the money I do if I had been. I told you I made my choice, okay? But I understand the trade-offs. Okay? Sometimes a bitch needs to get raped with a fucking shovel in order to understand a point, okay? Listen, I call how I see it on Twitter. It's not always
no, that's ridiculous.
It's not always nice.
Okay.
Listen, okay? Sometimes it's just how the fucking cookie crumbles. That's how the fucking stone rolls. That's how you gotta call them. You gotta shoot them down. Like, man, somebody's gotta do it, right? I'm on the front fucking lines. I'm in the trenches here, okay? Fighting these motherfuckers
the face of
every day.
rape culture right here.
Fucking hell!
All right,
I'm trying to make a stand. I'm trying to make a stand.
I know, man. He just fucked up all his arguments right there, just with one.
I didn't fuck up anything. I've been consistent the entire time. I'm telling you how it goes. I understand how it goes. I'm not under. I don't have any fucking sponsors. Right, like,
no, hang on. Why did you tweet that though? Explain it to me.
Because I was fucking because I didn't have the ability to physically fucking assault them, so I had to do the next best thing, which is call them names on Twitter.
Yeah, but that's unreal, dude.
Because 140 characters isn't enough to have an intellectual conversation with everybody that can deflect everything you say.
You know what?
Everything you're saying is just proving my point even more. Everything you say, what is that? You called into question what I'm saying? You're just proving my point even more. What is that? Everything you say is no, dude. Fuck that shit. I fucking hate all these fucking people. It's delusional.
Rational switch turned on, man.
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, listen. Here's what I think. Right. I reckon I'm like super glad that you've tweeted that, because what I reckon is I think. That I can prove that tweet is worse than me putting my hands on someone.
Oh no!
He's actually got a point. He's actually.
I'm not actually sure.
He's actually got a point. He's actually got a point. We could do a struggle. We could do a struggle in chat right now.
I think we need. is
Twitter
telling
poll,
a
a
woman
Twitter poll.
that they deserve to get raped with a shovel and bleed to death through their vaginas.
Just one woman, not all women.
than
Just
two
one
grown men.
woman. Just
Yeah,
that one
just one woman.
But
But is
just one woman.
is that worse?
Oh my
Is
Because
that
maybe she
worse?
deserves it, dog. Some people fucking deserve
No.
some fucking bad shit to happen to them. That's how it fucking works,
Oh
right? You don't
my-
fucking know this
oh
chick.
my
Maybe she
God.
actually, maybe that would change
She
it.
All right.
triggered you
We didn't
so
even
hard.
talk about the size of the shovel. What if I meant like a Lego shovel? That would change things, right? What if I meant the giant
It
shovel?
would take longer. It would
What?
take fucking ages to rape someone to death with a tiny little Lego
Maybe
shovel.
I'm talking about like a
Oh,
tampon
God.
dresser. Maybe I was trying to say she was on her period,
All
and
right,
and
all
that's
right.
like my slang for tampon.
All right.
You don't fucking know this shit, right?
You're
Don't
gonna,
put
you're,
your
you're gonna
bad
have
thoughts
to, you're gonna
into
have to
my-
cut all this out, the bud. You're gonna have to cut all this out, the bud.
Oh my God.
Steven's killed us all. He's doomed us all, dude.
All right.
Like-
Well,
Like I haven't got enough problems. Steven does that to me.
let's wrap
Come on
things
the
up.
show. We'll have
Let's
a few
wrap
beers, we'll
things
have a few
up.
laughs.
Let's wrap
We'll
things
talk
up.
about rape. Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, mate.
What was I even responding to? Why did this chick make me so mad? Does anybody know?
I don't even know exactly.
Look at
You
her
don't
fucking
even
response.
fucking
Look at her
know.
fucking response. LeMayo, you seem super mad. Cry about it. This is a fucking internet troll, dog. What? Oh, she blocked me. That's why I can't see. Look at this fucking bitch. She talks shit and fucking blocks me.
Really?
Are you
Someone
serious?
blocked you after you said you deserved to get raped with a shovel? What is the internet coming to?
Well, then why did she respond to me at all?
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Oh my God. All
Oh,
right.
you telling me
Let's
she
wrap
was
up.
asking for
Let's-
it? She was
Hold on.
asking for it, was she, Steven? Oh, I
I
see.
mean, with the way she was acting, mate.
All right. Let's wrap
Jesus
up. Let's wrap up. All
Right.
right. It's a great
We
show.
should have wrapped up 10 minutes
Yeah, I
ago,
know.
though.
We totally should have. All right. Let's do some shout outs. Steven, shout out.
Man. I don't know shit to say. Fuck, I don't know shit.
He's digressed. He's digressed to the point of.
You're such an
my
asshole,
God.
dude.
No shit.
Oh,
Kidding me?
my God.
Oh, man.
We had rational Steven for a good 2 hours and 50 minutes, and then
Yeah,
what the
like,
fuck happened just
Rich,
now?
man, I just want to
Pretend-
say that you royally fucked up when you put your hands on that guy who was
know
in
what
your
happened?
face.
You know how-
Meanwhile, on Twitter, I hope you get raped and bleed to death for saying an opinion.
Look at what this girl
die.
tweeted.
You-
Okay,
no,
I'm
no, you
sorry,
know what
I'm
happened,
doubling
Richard?
down.
You said
Look at
you
what she's
missed the
tweeting.
old
Look at what she's
Steven.
tweeting. Look at what she's tweeting, okay? She's literally tweeting things like she tweeted a goddamn confession and that's all she needs to do in regards to like what Stoya needs to do to prove that she got fucking raped. Like this is the kind of shit that she's saying. Look at this shit. If you think that what happened to Stoya wasn't rape for literally any reason, welcome to being
Your
part of the
tweet
problem. Are
is
these
so
people
out of order,
actually
mate.
serious?
all right,
Are these
all right,
people
all right.
actually serious?
All right.
Hey,
all
here,
right.
how about this? How about this? How about this? James Dean has publicly made countless rape jokes. Newsflash, the only people who think those are funny are rapists. Okay? This is somebody that needs to be fucking killed, all right? Are we being real right now? This is somebody that the world would be better without. Or at least
Yeah,
all right, let's go.
social
Let's
media.
go. Let's go.
All right,
let's
but do
go.
it with a bullet to
Let's
the
go
head, not a
before-
shove to the minge. Come on.
All right. Shout out, Steven.
If your response to I have been
Oh my
raped
God.
is
I'm gonna-
"I slander
this
until you
is why
prove
you-
it, you are
this
part
is-
of rape.
This is
So
why
asking
I'm
for
using.
evidence is
Oh
part of
my
rape culture.
All right, this is
Each of our legal
this,
system must exist. Like,
Oh my god.
this is why I'm using Discord, so I can mute his ass whenever we need to. All
Have you
right.
really muted it?
No, I'm just kidding. But
All right.
Steven, shout outs. What the fuck? I can't hear him. I can't.
Yes, you muted him.
No, I didn't.
You obviously did, didn't
No,
you?
I
He's
didn't.
messaging me on
I don't
Skype. He's
hear
saying
you.
that. He's saying ChanManV muted me.
I did. I didn't. I
He's
was...
saying you. He's saying you betrayed him.
What the fuck? Oh, this.
There
thing's
you
not
go.
wor- this
You
thing's
muted
not
him,
working.
dude.
This thing's not working. Hold on. I gotta restart this. Hold on.
he left and came
There
back.
he is. Oh, there he is. Oh no, he's fucking pretending I muted him. That dick.
Yeah,
Oh my
of course he
God.
did. Of course he
All
did.
right. Shout outs. Come on, we gotta end this thing.
Hey, buy the Unfiltered shirt, guys. It's
That's
really
right.
important if we want ChanManV to continue delivering high quality shows and all that shit.
That's right.
Make sure you also buy shit on Amazon for my link, destiny.gg/Amazon, if you want to
Gone
support
again.
our Asterix PE.
Oh no, it's me who's gone.
No,
Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
sorry. I heard the end of that. Sorry.
Yeah, support the dreams. Destiny.gg/Amazon, and yeah, buy Unfiltered shirts, and yeah, there you go.
All right. I don't have to plug the shirts anymore. Richard.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. It was with a little bit of consternation that I even agreed to do a show because it's just been fucking nonstop, guys, and it is fucking tiring. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't even looked at fucking Reddit today because I probably just want to fucking just blow my brains out, but I'm not gonna do it, and I'm just gonna fucking keep on doing what I do. Obviously, I think there's still some more drama to unfold as a result of all of this shit. And still, I'll repeat it on this show, as I repeated in my article. It's not cool to put your hands on people, even when you feel you're threatened. Obviously, that's not the world we live in these days. Even if I'm from a different time and a different background, as far as I'm concerned, me and Loda are good, and I certainly hope no one's going to harass him and give him any shit on my behalf. I definitely wouldn't want that. Obviously, thanks to Stephen, he's entertaining and fucking weird in ways that I didn't even understand until this evening. I always knew he was a bit weird, but that is fucking crazy shit. And obviously, thanks to you for putting on the show, Chris. Thanks to all the people who watched and all the people who have continued to offer me support and indeed moral support during this crazy time. So there we go. And I'll be back next week. I'm not going to get driven out of esports. Sorry to disappoint.
I just want to give a shout out there. Guys, if you're thinking about going ham on someone on social media and you decide to show up in person, you're probably going to get fucked up. Don't be a fucking retard, guys. If you're going ham on social media and you go to meet somebody in person, you're probably going for a fight. Don't be fucking retarded, okay? Just chill out with that shit, all right, guys? That's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you, Stephen.
All right, big shout out to obviously two of you guys for doing the show with me, and particularly Richard, for talking about giving your side of the story and really going through it. Really appreciate it, because I know this whole thing is not very easy on you, and yeah, it was definitely great. All the viewers that called in, all the patrons and subs too, thanks for calling in and helping us, have the show that we did today. It was definitely a fantastic one. And for those of you looking for the VODs or maybe missed the beginning, the first part of the VOD's already up. It's youtube.com/ChanManV. You can start watching it here. I'll link it in the chat real quick. And like Steven said, buy the t-shirts. Limited time, guys. Trying to get these out to you guys because I actually like it. I don't know. I like it. So hopefully you guys like it too.
Listen. You know it's divisive. I didn't really get what was going on in the t-shirt, but I still think it's an improvement on the other ones. So therefore, I'm going to say that I like it. I know Steven likes it. You like it. But, not every motherfucker likes it. But I'd say about 50% of our viewership likes it. And they should just fucking... just pony up and buy a t-shirt. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
it's esports.
Shipping's
you
cheaper.
waste money on dumb shit all the time.
And if you're European and you're not buying it because you think it's expensive, it's actually, the campaign's geared towards Europeans too. So it's cheap shipping for Europeans also. And lastly, let's see, what else? Follow us on Twitter at ChanManV, at @RLewisReport, and at Stephen Bunnell. And I think that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching Unfiltered. For Destiny, Richard, and ChanManV, we will see you next time. Later.
Peace.